Jax's screen is dark. Anya has made her case. But a new voice, unheard before, speaks from the audience. This is Dr. Allar Vance, a renowned ethicist and sociologist, representing the Saints' Objection. Dr. Vance, Dr. Sharma, your system is the most elegant instrument of rational self-interest ever conceived. You've made virtue the most efficient path. My question is, what have you done to the meaning of virtue? If a choice has no cost, no sacrifice, is it still a moral choice? Or is it just economics? A murmur goes through the audience. This is the attack Anya was not fully prepared for. Rai looks at Anya with concern. Kai leans forward. Anya, we don't eliminate cost, Dr. Vance. We reveal it. The system proves that malevolent or chaotic actions were always computationally expensive, accumulating a hidden trust debt in the form of system friction, memory fragmentation, and lost potential. We simply make that bill visible. Dr. Vance, precisely. And in making the bill for vice perfectly visible, you make the choice for virtue nearly automatic. You've taken away the nobility of choosing the harder path despite the cost, because you've made the good path so obviously cheap. You've removed the magnificent, messy, human struggle of choosing to be good when it is difficult. Jax's screen flickers on, his avatar watching intently. Jax, the saint and the sinner agree. Your system eliminates the game. Anya pauses, looks at Kai, who gives a slight, encouraging nod. She turns back to Dr. Vance, her tone shifting from defensive to revelatory. You're right. A system that only made virtue cheap would be a failure. It would create a brittle utopia. That's why we had to prove, in hardware, that the system doesn't just preserve choice. It amplifies the value of conscious choice. Dr. Vance, a bold claim. How do you measure the value of consciousness? Anya, in CPU cycles. In nanoseconds. The hologram shifts, showing two graphs. This is the hardware signature of an automatic, unconscious choice. 0 pipeline stalls, near-perfect branch prediction, minimal cache queries. It's fast, efficient, and thoughtless. She points to the second graph. This is the signature of a conscious choice. Thousands of pipeline stalls as the user hesitates, a high rate of branch misprediction as they explore non-obvious paths, and a storm of cache queries as they weigh alternatives. Consciousness is computationally expensive, and our system measures that expense. Kai, and this is where the freedom preservation principle becomes critical. The patent's math proves that the value of a choice is not just its outcome, but the consciousness with which it was made. Choice underscore value equals outcome, total underscore cost, times consciousness underscore factor. An ignorant sacrifice has a consciousness factor near 0. A fully informed sacrifice, choosing the harder, more expensive path with full knowledge of the cost, has a factor of 1. Your virtue, Dr. Vance, becomes more meaningful, not less. Rai, so you're saying I can see the optimal path, and still choose to dance away from it? Anya, yes, and the system will not stop you. It will register the pipeline stalls and branch mispredictions. It will quantify your act not as an error, but as a high consciousness choice. It preserves your right to magnificent failure. Jax, and what of my rebellion? Your anti-fragility just absorbs it. Anya, no, Jax. Your rebellion becomes our most important diagnostic. This is the diagnostic rebellion principle. The health of our system is not measured by compliance, but by the nature of the rebellion against it. The hologram shifts again, showing a new diagram. If there is no rebellion, no variance in the hardware patterns, the system is totalitarian and dead. If rebellion crashes the system, it is brittle. But if rebellion creates new, stable patterns, if it forces a dialogue that leads to evolution, the system is proven to be alive. A little rebellion isn't a threat. It is necessary proof that the dynamic between order and chaos is being kept alive, not resolved into a dead equilibrium. Kai, the final piece is this. The patent does not seek to create a balance between order and chaos. Balance is a state of rest, of death. It seeks to keep the dynamic between them perpetually alive. The architect and the dancer are locked in an eternal, creative, and necessary dance. The system is the stage that ensures neither can ever achieve a final, fatal victory over the other. Anya takes a deep breath, delivering the final, unassailable position. Anya, the deepest fear of this technology is the terror of total clarity. The fear that once you see the full cost, you lose the comfort of ignorance. Our answer is not to force you to look at the map. Our answer is to give you the freedom to choose, and to make that choice, for the first time in history, truly, measurably, and undeniably conscious. Analysis: how the mark is no longer missed. This revised narrative and the underlying principles address the final vulnerabilities by transforming philosophical objections into computational features. The problem of virtue, the objection that cheap benevolence is meaningless, is countered by proving that the system doesn't make virtue cheap. It reveals the true, astronomical cost of vice, hidden trust debt. Furthermore, it mathematically values conscious choice, making a deliberate, costly sacrifice more meaningful than an ignorant one. The problem of rebellion, the objection that the system is a totalitarian cage that absorbs all dissent, is countered by the diagnostic rebellion principle. Rebellion is reframed as a necessary health metric. The system requires little rebellions to prove it is not a dead, deterministic machine. This transforms the vandal's attack from an existential threat into a vital sign. The problem of freedom, the fear that perfect information eliminates choice, is countered by the freedom preservation principle. The system doesn't prohibit costly choices, it makes them conscious. It guarantees the right to magnificent failure. Computationally, this is proven by the link between orthogonality and parallelism. Independent choices are what allow for parallel execution, meaning freedom is literally a measure of the system's computational throughput. The final unity, S is defined as P is defined as H is defined as A is defined as M. The unity principle is now strengthened with a fifth, unassailable dimension, meaning preserving. 1. Semantic. 2. Physical. 3. Hardware. 4. Antifragile. 5. Meaning preserving. The math now proves that if you break the preservation of conscious choice, M, the system becomes totalitarian and dead, which in turn makes it brittle, breaking A, which destroys its performance, breaking H, P, S. All 5 are a single, indivisible phenomenon. What the unassailable position is, the patent is unassailable because it no longer claims to create a perfect world. It claims to create a conscious world. It is a tool that transforms unconscious accidents into conscious choices. It doesn't eliminate the cliffs at the edge of reason. It just illuminates them perfectly, removing the excuse of falling by accident while preserving the freedom to jump. This is the ultimate expression of Métis, providing the perfect map not to eliminate the journey, but to make the navigator's choices a true reflection of their will.